What's up? How y'all doing? Good afternoon, everybody. Oh my goodness. I don't have my light. Hey, everybody. Hold on. Gotta get my light on, y'all. I didn't realize my light wasn't on. Diamond Pearl, you appreciate the info from yesterday regarding the horrible incidents that occurred over the last child. You're welcome. Let me know if I can help some more. I'm on a blue crab diet for $380 a bushel. That's how much a bushel is going for these days? $380? It's been a long time since I bought a bushel of crabs, clearly. Hey, Nico. What's up, Miss Bowen? What's up, Star? Hey, Taurus. Nicole Stevens. Hey, Miguel. Hey, Brandon. Alikala. Keep it cute. Dominique. Hey, Ebbs. What's up, Giggles? That's a funny name, Giggles. Yeah, let me turn my light on real quick. So, honey, listen. I've been rolling. I had to run out real quick. I forgot to pick up my prescription. And then when I came back in, Auntie Lady Nika was live and she was talking about education. Y'all know I can't resist. I can't resist talking about education, honey. So I jumped over there. But we are here now. What's up, Xavier? Hey, China. What's up, O Street? How you guys doing? Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to everybody. So it's Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope everybody is well. Got a couple of things. I don't have a whole lot today, but y'all know it always goes left, child, because that conversation went way left yesterday. It was some good ones yesterday. Y'all was coming up with the verses and stuff like that. It was a real good conversation. Hey, Bab was over at Auntie Lady Nika's, honey. She was over there, honey. We was having a good time. Hold on real quick, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to turn the air on. It's a little hot. I had turned it down earlier when I went out the house. But, I've been running around, so I had to turn it on. Okay. So, first things first, let me give y'all a little update on DaBaby. We talked about DaBaby, and that was part of how the conversation went left yesterday. And we started talking about, when you start getting certain places in your life and you start elevating, that it's okay to leave things in the past and not associate and do certain things that you used to do. We had that whole conversation yesterday. DaBaby was accused of being involved in a shooting. Well, he has been. What's up, crackhead Willie? He was released, no charges. However, Wisdom, his artist, was arrested for the shooting. So what I say stands. DaBaby's name is always involved in some foo-la-la. And in this case, it was a person you were with. It was not you. But at the end of the day, that'll get you caught up too. So what I said yesterday remains, but I do want to be clear. Y'all know I like to come back and clear stuff up. When I get more information, I bring y'all more information. So what it sounds like is that it won't him, but he was there. But it won't him. Crackhead Willie, I absolutely think so. I do. Crackhead Willie said, do I think that either DaBaby snitched or the dude is taking the charges for him? I don't think DaBaby snitched so much as I think somebody is maybe taking the charges. And and here's the reality of it. It may not be true, but I think it's a possibility that it could be true. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I'm not saying that is what happened, but I am saying that I would not be shocked to find out that is what happened. I'm just saying. You was getting your life in the playback. We had a good time yesterday. Y'all had me on here for 2 hours. Y'all know it's good if I stay on here for 2 hours. Y'all know it's a good one. Because he got arraigned overnight, or am I too hot? Yeah, I think he did get arraigned last night. The charges were dropped. Like, he didn't even have any charges. All the charges against him were dropped. DaBaby's time is running out. Yep, it sounds like he's the fall guy. This isn't the first incident. He gets in trouble and another person end up taking. Yes, that's what I'm saying, O Street. So I would not be shocked to find out that there was something with that. Oh, before I forget, I want to thank yesterday. A few people shared my live, and I want to thank. I want to make sure I get the name. I want to thank those of you that, first of all, anybody that has ever shared my live. Thank you. I know some of you guys do it all the time, but I want to thank you guys that do share my live. I think sometimes it doesn't always show up, depending on, I think if you're like a content creator or not. But I do want to thank the people who shared my live yesterday. I believe Peace Love shared my live yesterday, and I want to get this name because it's a name I wasn't familiar with. So I definitely wanted to thank this person for sharing my live. Third Life Lifestyle and Living Podcast. You must have been in the bushes or you had a different name, but thank you so much. I'm not sure. That's a new name to me, but thank you so much for sharing my live. And again, I believe Peace Love shared my live yesterday as well. And again, as always, I want to thank you guys for sharing my live. I did see a Cash App yesterday after I got off, and I want to make sure I thank ReallyCG. Thank you so much for your Cash App. It is much appreciated. The note was to buy lunch, and so I didn't buy lunch, but I bought myself dinner tonight. I went to Outback and I got me a good old steak for dinner and a baked sweet potato, honey, and some broccoli. Some steamed broccoli. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. Okay. Let's get back to this. So yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just one of those people. I just feel like, you have to be careful. Like everybody, listen, let's just go on and call a spade a spade. Let's just go and put it out there. People don't like to hear this. People don't want to hear what I'm about to say. But listen, everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't go with you. You can't go with everybody. People come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Everybody ain't there for the lifetime. They just not. They just not. And we've got to figure that out. And we've got to be okay with that. That everybody ain't there and everybody can't go. And everybody, listen, let me tell you something. Everybody that's clapping on the front row ain't a fan. I'm going to let that one sink in. I'm going to give y'all a second for that one. I'm going to let that one sink in. Everybody that's clapping on the front row ain't a fan. I agree back. The common denominator seems to be him. But everybody on the front row ain't there to cheer you on. Let's be clear. Okay? And so we have gotten, I say we, I point the finger at myself as well. I have had friendships end abruptly. To this day, it still bothers me, but I'm a lot further along than where I was when it first happened. But just out the clear blue, this person stopped being my friend. Literally just like stopped calling me, wouldn't call me back. And this was like my ace. Like this was somebody that we talked every day, texted every day, hung out all the time. Like this was my ace. I think in hindsight, I think there were some things about me that were building up. And instead of her talking to me when they happened, she just let it build up and build up and build up. And then rather than have the confrontation, just walked away. And I'm a let's talk about it kind of person. And so it hurt me because I was like, wow, so our friendship wasn't worth trying to fix it and work it out. Like, and when I say like literally just walked out, like when we would go out and we would, party and all that stuff, she had like clothes and stuff here. She had an overnight bag here because sometimes we would come home and she would stay in my guest bedroom. Like when I say walked away, like I was like, well, are you going to at least come and get your stuff from my house? Just if we were dating, she would have ghosted me. But in retrospect, I had to realize for whatever reason, she was there for a season. I was supposed to get something from that friendship, and then I was supposed to take it and move on with it, and vice versa for her. I don't know what I brought to her life. I hope I brought something to her life, and I had to reflect on what she brought into my life. But I didn't consciously do anything to her. I wasn't consciously a bad friend. But she must have felt that way, and so she walked away. Sometimes, reason, season, lifetime. And that's why I say I ain't meant to go with everybody, and everybody ain't meant to come with me. Y'all met my best friend on Monday. We've been friends. We have been friends. Like I said, we don't remember meeting. We grew up in the same. She lived 2 blocks from me, and we went to the same elementary school. Somewhere along the line, we met and became friends. I remember us consciously being friends in like 7th, 8th grade, around 7th, 8th grade. But we knew each other before that. But when we started like hanging out and becoming friends and spending time at each other's houses and stuff, it was probably because she's older than me. So I was probably like in maybe 5th, 6th grade. She was like in 7th, 8th grade, something like that, around that time. And we don't talk every day. Sometimes we go weeks without talking. She got 5 kids and a husband. I'm single, but I got stuff going on, work or whatever. We don't talk every day. But the bond is there, and we talk, and it's like we never missed a beat. Everybody's situation looked different. But I know she would never consciously do anything to put me in harm's way, and vice versa. It just isn't. And if you don't have those type of people around you that that would not consciously put you in harm's way, you might, as an adult, you need to reevaluate who you with. Tracy said that happened to her right after her wedding. Damn, that's messed up. I'm getting Fall Guy teased because DaBaby went from acting in self-defense to now no charges and everything was somewhere else. See what I'm saying, little baby? That's what Crackhead Willie. I love saying his name, y'all. Crackhead Willie. That's what Crackhead Willie said. But I do keep a bag of tomatoes with my front row seat. I ain't doing this with you. Sounds like a coward. Oh, you talking about my friend? Well, she was. I've had the same thing happen to me with the old friend from high school. Mm-hmm. That happened with a childhood friend. Now she just a chick I share memories with. Listen, that's like them Facebook people. Listen. I don't even be going on my Facebook like that anymore. But when I say I be scrolling and I don't even know half these people, I'm like, when did we become friends? I feel like Facebook just be randomly giving you friends. Because I'm like, when did I become? I don't know you. People from high school that you ain't talked to in 20 years. Child, I don't. And anyway, see, I'm about to go down a rabbit hole, y'all. But I'm realizing, I told you I went to a white Catholic high school. And I'm really starting to realize, like, I'm seeing these people political views and stuff. And I'm like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have I might not have needed to reconnect with some of these people. Sometimes things are like that. People just grow apart. Sometimes people make the conscious effort not to be friends no more. Exactly, Xavier. And that's what I had. Again, it was hurtful, but I had to just process it and accept that and move forward. It was hurtful though. I wasn't ready for our friendship to be over. You know what I'm saying? But what you gonna do? She's actually the one that told me I should start a YouTube channel. She was like, because I was doing the podcast. She's been on my podcast when I first started it. And she was like, and I was like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. I was like, I'm just going to do the podcast. She actually encouraged me to do this. Maybe that was her reason. Maybe that's why she was there. Sometimes it's not you, it's them. They were more of an acquaintance with, and you thought you had a friend. I went through it. It just happens. Yeah, Diamond. Mm-hmm. That's facts. Speaking of work, I saw your TikTok about the end of the school year. That's why those teachers be having assignments on the last day. Child, I don't get no assignments on the last day. Listen, Xavier's talking about the TikTok that I did. We had a staff meeting this morning, and we were talking about end of the year procedures and stuff. And we were talking about the new books coming in and getting the books into textbooks and all the stuff you have to do. The whole checklist that teachers have to do at the end of the year before we can leave the building, right? Well, before we can leave, supposedly before we can leave the building. But what they gonna do? But, it's stuff like make sure all the books in the book room, lock up all your valuables or take your valuables home because they're going to be using our building. I don't know what they're going to be using our building for because we having virtual summer school, but whatever. They said they're using our building anyway. And as I was sitting in the meeting, I was thinking, like, we don't really have no kids coming in the building. Like, none of my students at this point, I have like 2 students coming in the building. And I'm sitting there thinking, so who's going to do all the stuff that my kids normally do at the end of the school year? Like take my books to the book room, clean my whiteboards, take down posters that, I'm 5'2". take down posters that are higher than I can reach. Like who? Because half my students are taller than me. I was really sitting there like, who gonna do all that? Am I supposed to do that? Child. But anyway, so that's the update on DaBaby, honey. Now, in news that I really don't give a damn about, but I know everybody talking about it, so we're going to talk about it for a few minutes. Evelyn Lozada has decided that she is leaving Basketball Wives. What's up, Zara? Hey, have you ever thought about going into an administration such as an APO principal? Yeah. I've done administration. I would do it again. Yeah, I've thought about it. Hey, Royal King. Hey, Gigi Jones. Hey. Listen, Xavier, they need to cancel the show. Let's be clear. They need to cancel the damn show. Did they say all she said was that the last couple of seasons have been really hard on her and that she's just in a different space and she just realized how toxic it is and how toxic it is for her family. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you were the toxicity. Like, you were the main agent of the toxicity. And I'm sure I made up that word too, but how you gonna leave and you could... Oh, really? I'm so sad about her leaving. Someone give me a tissue folded into a triangle so I can cry. Right. Give you a Candace tissue, honey. Oh, so she realized how toxic she is and removed the poison from the show. Listen, I hope so, because listen, Creative Diva, is this because of everything with OG? I think so. I really think, honestly, let me tell you what I think happened. I think, because Bravo does this, okay? I think they allowed her to say she left the show, but she got fired. I think she got fired. I don't think she's choosing to leave. I think she was not extended a contract for this new season. And Bravo does that, for the exception of who was it that they were just like, nah, she fired. They always give the housewives the opportunity to gracefully exit. They usually give them an opportunity to say, well, I chose not to come back, or I'm not coming back, or you know what I mean? Very seldom does Bravo air you out, even though most of the housewives have not voluntarily walked away. I think Bethany is probably one of the only. I'm not gonna say the only, but one of the only. And Jonathan, I know you in the chat. Don't you say Nene, because Nene was trying to get a contract. She just got pissed off because they ain't give her what she wanted. But we're not gonna go down that road. We're not gonna go down that road. Or they offer her so little money that they essentially fire her. Yeah, they do that too. Bravo does that too. Bravo good for making you a friend of the show, hoping you'll quit. They good for that, honey. And it works for a lot of people. They make them a friend of the show. It works for a lot of them. Yeah, I don't think she was asked back, honestly. And I do think it had a lot to do with OG. I think it had a lot to do with the backlash from the fans about how they felt about her. I think it had a lot to do with, some of the things that she has done and said. We live in a different climate where certain things are just not acceptable anymore. Things that you used to get away with, things that people didn't used to scrutinize, you just can't get away with anymore. You just can't do it. The nerve to say the only housewives show she would join is Beverly Hills. Evelyn. Beverly Hills. Girl, bye. I'm a Nene supporter, not everything she does, but her as a person. That's cool. I don't dislike Nene. I dislike some of Nene's actions, and I think Nene is a professional victim. I think Nene is quick to always be the victim without taking any accountability for any part that she may have taken in the situation. That's my thing with Nene. Join Beverly Hills. Right. Join Beverly Hills as what? Like, girl, you are not even in. Listen, the poorest housewife, you couldn't even work for them. Like, I'm trying to think out of all of the housewives, who has, without Googling it, because I know Lil Baby is in the bushes, without Googling it, out of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, who do y'all think has the lowest net worth? I think it's probably Lisa Rinna. I think Lisa Rinna probably has the lowest net worth out of all of them. Just without me thinking really hard about it. I mean, we know Erica Jane now, but I mean, before all of this happened with Erica Jane and her husband, before all of that. But yeah, right now it's Erica Jane. It is absolutely Erica Jane right now. But I'm saying, let's say a year ago. Garcelle, okay, yeah, I can see Garcelle being one. Yeah. Yeah, I can see Garcelle being one. Thank you, O Street. If basketball-wise continues, she might sit out in the next season and come back later. She could do that. They might say, listen, we need you to just go sit down somewhere, let this thing cool off, and then we'll bring you on back. Dorito, what? Yeah, you know what? I forgot. Dorito, her husband, their money is piled on a house of cards too. So yeah, Dorito might be one of them. But they good at putting on airs. I'm going to give them that, honey. They are good at creating the moment, okay? If Nene had played her cards right, she could have been in that league. Nene, yeah, I mean, Nene ain't broke. They said that her lounge is doing well. Tamar performed at her lounge a couple of nights ago. I saw it on YouTube. When she performed there, I heard that the tickets are selling. She's selling them tickets for like $50 to $100 to get in the door, and people are buying them. The only problem is with venues like that are connected to a celebrity, they go up and then they go down. Like, it'll probably be really popular, especially with people coming out of COVID, looking for places to go and new things to do. It's probably going to do well for a while, but she's going to have to maintain everything that she's doing right now. She's going to have to maintain it for people to continue. If she wants to turn it into like a smoky room type venue, and what I mean by that is like, you know, old jazz club feel where people come in and perform for small crowds, you know, the Tamar Braxtons of the world who are kind of trying to rebuild, but have an audience. Like, Tamar's fans are going to show up. They're going to show up and they're going to spend the money. You know, that's not a bad thing. But she's going to have to maintain it because we lose interest very quickly. That's why restaurants have such a high turnover rate, because it's the hot spot for a minute. And then when it's not the hot spot anymore, you know, the crowd goes with it. That doesn't mean people don't still go there, but you ain't going to make the same kind of money. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to drinking my water. Y'all saw I was drinking sodas these last couple of weeks. I got to get back to my water, honey. I think Lisa Rinna got money because of the soaps. Her and one that was married to the dude from the 2.5 Men. She's still on board in the beach. Well, yeah, Denise has money. I didn't realize how much money Denise had. Denise was the highest paid. That's part of the reason why them girls was hating on her last season. But I didn't realize she was making that much money. She was the highest paid. Now, Lisa Rinna did have businesses, and she has the partnership with QVC, so she might be sitting on something that we ain't seeing. Yet, once the Lord of Celeb wears off, those places seem to not do well. But if she's providing good food service and entertainment, then that's what I'm saying. Like, she's gonna have to maintain it, because when the celebrities go away and the looky-loos, you know, the people who think they just gonna see a celebrity, when they go away, then you have to maintain your regular client base of people, just regular schmegulars who want to come hear some live music, or the food is good, or it's a good atmosphere. Like, you've got to maintain that, because the celebrity will wear off, you know. Bravo just makes the Black Housewives show their bank statements. Oh, you must be talking about something else. I don't know what you're talking about. You think Sutton is the lowest? I don't know. You know, Sutton just got that good divorce settlement from her husband, honey. You know, her husband is damn near a billionaire. I don't know. Lisa got fired from QVC? What? Oh, I did not know that. Oh, that's a kiss of death. When these celebrities start making lipsticks and lip glosses and eyelashes, honey, that is the kiss of death. You can't come up with nothing better. Let me tell you something. Eric, Tom, Dick, Harry, Paul, and Jane. I told y'all I went to the little pop-up shop that my cousin was making the beads. It was somebody there selling lip gloss that she done made. I mean, and that's no disrespect. I ain't knocking the hustle, but Lisa Renner, you can't do nothing. Like if you're not launching a makeup line like a Fenty style, like don't give me 5 lipstick shades and put it on Instagram. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I can do that. No, ma'am. I need you to be giving me like a Fenty level makeup brand. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be giving me no 5 lipsticks and a lip gloss. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I thought Sutton, the one who owns the puppy shop, was the richest. Lisa Vanderpump? That's Lisa Vanderpump. Yeah, she put something political on her Instagram. They took problem with it and they fired her. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Giselle's makeup is in Target. Now, listen, I'm not even hating on Giselle makeup being in Target. Target is a major manufacturer. I mean, understand that very few people go from Target to Neiman Marcus. Like, it's a hard road to go to do that. A lot of people might go from Neiman Marcus to Target. But I ain't even going to hate on the fact that it was in Target because, listen, that's an accomplishment. Big Booty Judy, her products, her Kaleidoscope products are in Walmart. I ain't mad at her. She's still a millionaire. My problem with Giselle is that they are no longer in Target. They are no longer there. There are 5 shades of nude, right? Yeah, don't be giving me no lip gloss, but you giving me clear with glitter, nude, blush, red. Girl, go sit down. Go sit down. Her makeup is back in Target. No, child, it's not. No, ma'am. Every Hue Beauty is no more. Okay. Yeah, it is gone. Now, I was reading the comment, y'all. I know it's not in Target anymore, but I was reading the comment. But what I'm saying is, even when it was in Target, I ain't even mad about it being in Target. I really ain't. The problem is, it ain't there no more. I'm just saying. Yeah, honey. Now, she said that they had problems with their manufacturer because of COVID, but my understanding is that it wasn't in the stores even before COVID. That it won't COVID fault. Listen, we can't blame everything on the panini press. We can't blame everything on the panini press. Okay? Because the reality of the situation is your makeup, for what I heard, was not in Target even before panini press. I love Amon Cosmetics. Is great qualities in the drugstore. Listen, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not even mad about it. If your product, like shit, they got Maybelline is at the CVS and the Walgreens. That's a $1 billion company. I ain't even mad about that. All I'm saying is if you giving it to me, you got to bring it. Like, I don't think people, and I keep using Fenty as an example because nobody expected that from Rihanna. Nobody expected her to do what she did with her makeup company. Hell, she making more money off of makeup than she ever made off of music. That's why she ain't pressed to make no album. Y'all leave that woman alone by making an album. She's not pressed. Oh, yeah, Kathy good. Kathy got them. Yeah, Kathy Hilton. The name says it all. Like Hilton. Like, ma'am, she's fine. Yes, Amon was the first line. I found my complexion. Yes, honey. I wanted to try her makeup. I heard it wasn't that bad. But que sera. Yeah, I was going. Listen, I had every intention of trying it. I never made it there. I was too late. I didn't know it was a time limit. I'm just saying. When I worked at Target, I looked through aisle. I didn't see that makeup nowhere. Child. Rihanna said she was inspired by Iman to do something for women of color. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Whoever Rihanna consulted, whoever she worked with, she did a really good job because nobody can deny that Fenty Beauty is doing the damn thing. Can't nobody deny that. Nobody can deny that. That Fenty Beauty is doing the damn thing. Like, we can't deny that. Child. What else I had up there? Oh, okay. Well, let me talk to y'all about this. What? I'm sorry. So, thank you, Auntie, for sharing my video. Hold on. Okay, so for those of you who watch RuPaul's Drag Race, season 12 contestant Widow Von Du was arrested for alleged domestic violence. She says that she was defending herself. Now, let me read y'all the story, and then we will get into it. Okay, she's from season 12. The drag queen, whose legal name is Ray Fry, was booked by the Kansas City Police Department. A rep for the Kansas City Police Department tells people they responded to a call on Saturday around 6 p.m. and contacted the victim, who reported an assault. Fry was charged with 1 count of domestic assault in the first degree and 3 counts of domestic assault in the second degree. He was released on Tuesday after posting a $5,000 bond of her $50,000 bond, court records show. The reality TV alum is due to appear in court again on June the 7th. In the meantime, she is on house arrest, cannot contact the alleged victim or witnesses, and must not possess or be in the possession of firearms, according to court records. No legal representation for Fry is listed. She did not immediately respond to people for a comment. Now, I've read a little bit more about this story, so let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about it a little bit. I saw the actual footage. Unfortunately, Widow was in full drag, hunty, when this went down. She was in full drag. Now, her mugshot, she's not. So I'm thinking that the police must have given her the opportunity to wash her face and get the wig off and everything before she took her mugshot. But when she was arrested, she was in full drag. Now, the story, as I have heard it, and I have heard, we heard the police version. Now, we're going to hear this version. Allegedly, there's this person was in Widow's home. This person was a friend of Widow's or Ray. And this is someone that would doggy sit for Widow from time to time. Widow asked this person to leave her home. The person refused. Now, according to one report I read, there are text message documentation that Widow asked this person to leave her home. She asked that person to leave her home. The person refused. She asked that person 2 or 3 times to leave her home. The person refused. And that is when she assaulted him because he refused to leave her house. Now, if that version of the story is true, I can see where she would be frustrated and feel like I'm justified in putting the pause on this person who is trespassing in my home and is refusing to leave after I have asked them repeatedly. Now, they claim that there's no relationship there, that this is not that they weren't dating, they weren't boyfriend or girlfriend. This other person's name was not on Widow's lease or none of the above. This is just somebody that they, I guess, were friends at one time, and Widow would ask this person to doggy sit for her. Now, I do know when Widow was on the show, Widow had a man, so I don't know if this is the same guy she used to date, or this is somebody different, or if her and the boyfriend that she was dating when she was on the show broke up. I'm sorry to hear that that's what it was, that, her and her boyfriend broke up. But now they said that this person that Widow whooped this nigga ass. I mean, the man got like 17 stitches. He got cracked rims. Like, have y'all seen Widow? I'm just saying. So the question is, I mean, could Widow have called the police? Because this is some of the things I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling you what I have heard in the comments of some of these articles, people saying, oh, and, you know, he didn't have to put his hands on him. He could have just called the police. He could have just left and then called the police. He didn't have to resort to violence. Listen. If that version of the story is true, that before she even, because another thing was she was intoxicated. I feel like, because she was in full drag. So I feel like she was coming home from a show. Because contrary to popular belief, a drag queen and a trans woman are not the same. Drag queens dress when they are performing. And some of them, you know, don't even leave the club like that. But she clearly did. And she may very well have been intoxicated because a lot of them do drink while they're performing, or people buy them drinks. Or hell, maybe she was just out and decided to go out as Widow Von Du that night. Like, I mean, she don't have to tell me. I'm just saying. She was in full drag, and they said that she was intoxicated. And being intoxicated may have affected her decision-making in that moment, but I still don't think that she was all the way wrong. If she has asked this person repeatedly to leave her home, and this person refuses to leave for whatever their reasons are, they refuse to leave the house. Listen, maybe that is the only way that she could get that person about her house. She was physically helping him leave and exit her house. The reality of the situation is, maybe she didn't call the police because she was drunk. And because, you know, she didn't want people in her business like that. Maybe she thought, listen, let me just get this dude up out my house and I'll just change the locks tomorrow and keep it moving. Like, I don't know. But there's a video, y'all can go find the video, when she's getting arrested and she's saying that she was just defending herself. That this person was in her home and she was defending herself. I don't know, y'all. Yeah, I feel like if she has, like, you know, text message evidence that's showing that she asked that person to leave her home before she even got home, I feel like the charges will probably end up getting dropped. But if it comes down to a me versus you situation, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend getting a good attorney. I definitely recommend that. You better get you a good attorney. Widow, you better go and put that GoFundMe up here. I'll donate to the GoFundMe. Better go and put that GoFundMe up here. Stop coming into people's houses and not leaving. I've been hearing too much lately about people not wanting to leave other people's houses. Listen, I don't understand. You ain't got to tell me twice. Leave, bye. I mean, you ain't got to tell me twice. I don't understand. But I feel like now I'm not going. Now there's some other stuff out there. Y'all can go look at Nina Bonina Brown. Go look at Nina's video, because Nina has some extra information added from people who are friends with this guy, the victim. And I mean, word on the curb is that this is the type of person that he is, that he latches on, he doesn't let go, that he's kind of known within their friend circle as like a leech and like not a good guy. So I don't know if Widow called herself doing this person a favor, or I don't know, but that's what I had seen, that's what I had heard. So I don't know, y'all. I'll give y'all updates though. If I can find the updates, you know, stuff like this you hear about, you never really hear a lot about what happened after they go to court. But I'll keep up with it. I'll keep up with it. I don't know this Widow person, but police are killing people even when they are the one. Right. And the guy, let's be clear, the guy she beat up was white, and she's a big black man. Sorry, she ain't a woman. She's a big black man. Like, she's thicker. She's thicker. And, you know, and it don't hurt, you know, it doesn't help. We know that there's still prejudice. We know that there's still preconceived ideas. They show up at this house and they got a whole man dressed as a woman. Y'all know people, a lot of times they don't make the distinction. Y'all know a lot of times they don't make the distinction. So, you know, they might have showed up and saw a widow and was like, oh my goodness. Y'all know how they do. Y'all know how they get it in their head and they make these decisions. So, you know, he gonna sue Widow. He probably is. That's why I said, Widow, go, listen, don't be too proud. Go and put up that GoFundMe. You gonna need it, girl. You gonna need it. All right. a white man, sir, get out that lady's house. The fact that widow is even arrested is ridiculous. Well, no, not necessarily. Because again, when the police showed up, the police don't know. They charged with domestic violence. They probably assumed that this was a couple that had, and that she was beating up on him. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not ridiculous that she got arrested. What will be ridiculous is if she's able to show proof that she asked this person to leave her home and they refused, and the charges don't get reduced. But if I'm the police officer and I show up and I got a couple, and one of them is ass is beat, and the other, because let's be clear, Widow never said she didn't do it. Widow just said it was self-defense. She didn't say she didn't do it. She just said this person was in my home without permission. But let's be clear, the police have to sort it out. But in the meantime, that is part of their regulation, is that they have to remove the person who seemed like they were the biggest threat. The fact that the other person had to be sent to the hospital and got 17 stitches and cracked ribs, Widow is going out in handcuffs. Let's be clear. Now that's going to happen, and the police ain't wrong for that. But the investigation. But aren't you supposed to talk to both people and ask if they want to press charges? No. Let me be clear. In the immediate situation, somebody is getting arrested. When there's a domestic situation, somebody's getting arrested. Now, whether the charges stick, whether Widow continues to have to go through and go to court, that's another conversation. But when the police show up to a domestic call, somebody is going to jail. They have to. And I'm going to tell you why they have to. Because for so many years, they would get these domestic calls, and the man would say, oh, no, we good. She are. And I'm saying, I know women can be, I know it can go all ways, but I'm just using an example of a man-woman situation. So many times, the man will say, oh, we're good. We just had a little disagreement. She's fine. And the police will look at the woman and say, ma'am, are you good? Ma'am, is it okay? Well, what the hell is she supposed to say in front of the person that just beat her ass? Yeah, I'm all right. And then the police leave, and then people get killed, or they're right back at that same house a week later. So many of the laws have changed now when it comes to domestic violence, that when the police show up, somebody got to leave. They cannot leave both of them there. And in a case that's that extreme, I mean, this person literally had to go to the hospital. We're not talking about a black eye or a busted lip. This person was literally going to the hospital with cracked ribs. Oh, no, Widow getting arrested. Now, again, like I said, once the smoke clears and they really dig into what's happening, remember, Widow was drunk. This man is saying, because you got to remember, too, that the other person has their version of the story. And their version of the story was, I was welcome. I was here, and they just beat me up. They came home drunk. We got into we had a little bit of an argument, and they whooped my ass. She going to jail. And if nobody confesses, everybody going to jail. Well, a lot of times, and that depends on, that's up to the discretion of the police sometimes too, depending on the laws of your state. But I just know that a lot of times they're looking at who look like they got the worst of it. That's true. That's why you can't let any and everybody in your house. Right. They have to remove the aggressor. Someone was seriously injured with visible. Absolutely. And again, that comes from, for so many years, the police not doing anything about domestic situations. And then people getting killed or the police having to repeatedly come back. So this is Kansas City, Kansas, I think that. That's a good question. I think it's Kansas City, Kansas. But don't quote me. Someone's leaving, and if the other person is leaking, someone's going to jail. Child. Yes, someone has to leave for a few days or is getting arrested, but they're not leaving both of them in that house. Well, exactly. I mean, I had a friend who got into an altercation with her mom. They were adults, and her mother started it, but she kind of got the best of her mom in the situation. And when the police showed up, she got arrested. But her mother actually attacked her first. It was a mental illness situation. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But, she's younger than her mother, and she's not trying to hurt her mother, but she has to literally defend herself. And when the police showed up, she got arrested. She went to jail, even though her mother attacked her first. Now, again, things washed out, once they went through the courts and all of that. But in the immediate reaction, somebody going to jail. Oh, it is Missouri? Sorry. Thank you. It's Missouri. Yeah. So I'll just keep up, honey. We'll keep up with that. Now while I was looking up that one, honey, I had found this story. So let me read y'all a little bit of this story. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Crystal Minkoff reveals the story behind her arrest warrant in Arizona. Now, I don't think it's all that exciting, but let's just go and read through it. During a recent appearance on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, alum Teddy Mellencamp, her podcast, Minkoff discussed the revelation she made on last week's episode about her former job as an escort agency phone operator and the time she was propositioned to be a madam. Minkoff shared the news with her co-stars during a game of Two Truths and a Lie, in which she claimed she was also once arrested as her lie. On Teddy T, Minkoff said she went with that option since it sounded like an easy possibility. I have a warrant for my arrest that would have been great to use in a game, said Minkoff, noting that the warrant is in Flagstaff, Arizona. I talked to the judge and he's like, "Are you going to come back here?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "Just don't come back." As Mellencamp, 39, I don't know why they put the age. Why do we need to know how old Teddy is? Anyway, never to bring her to Arizona. I can't drive there or I'll get arrested. After fans on Twitter had a field day with the news, the Bravo star elaborated on the story, which it turns out was a simple matter of a traffic violation at 16 years old. OMG, you guys are hysterical. I'm loving all the memes about my warrant. Unfortunately, the real story isn't that exciting, and it happened 22 years ago, but I love that you all are enjoying it. I was at a graduation at Northern Arizona, and I drove onto campus. The campus police said it wasn't my turn to go through the intersection at the four-way stop, and the officer got pissed. So instead of giving me a regular ticket, I was called for using my car as a weapon. I was cited for using my car as a weapon. Once I got back to LA, I got the citation in the mail and I called the judge. The judge thought it was absurd and said, "Do you plan on driving here in the next 6 years?" I said, "No." I was 16 with my dad and brother in the car. And he said it was such a hassle for me to come back to Arizona for a hearing to have it dismissed. So instead, just don't come back. So there's the story. What in the white privilege? That's what judges are doing these days. They're just telling people if it's too much of an inconvenience, don't worry about coming back. That's what we're doing now. Child, I had to drive 3 hours down to Virginia for a speeding ticket one time. That's what we're doing these days. We just not showing up. We just telling the judge no. That's what we're doing. We just telling the judge, nah, I ain't coming back. What in the white privilege did we just stumble into? Child. Y'all. Listen, Tracy, she's Asian, but that is some white privilege shit. I don't care whether the police officer got mad or whatever the situation is. First of all, let's rewind this story back. Let's break this story down all the way down. Let's rewind it back. What probably had happened was you went when it wasn't your turn to go. When the police pulled you over, you pulled your Karen card and got an attitude and got nasty with him. And that is when he elevated your ticket to driving a weapon. Because a police officer the average police officer just ain't upping somebody's ticket from going through a stop sign, which is probably what the ticket was for, was running a stop sign, to what she say, using their car as a deadly weapon. A police officer ain't doing that off a GP. You pissed him off. And you probably pissed him off because when he pulled you over, you probably gave him that Karen bullshit. That's probably exactly what happened. Okay? And then for you to say you not the judge, first of all, who calls the judge? When I call about my tickets, I call the number that's on the ticket, and I don't never get no judge on the phone. I might get the magistrate, but I 9 times out of 10 get somebody in the office that's going to take my money over the phone to pay for this ticket. Who gets the judge on the phone? And then for the judge to ask you, girl, you coming back to take care of this? Where they do that at? We just get to tell the judge we not coming. We just get to tell the judge we not coming. And then the judge told you, girl, it's too much of a hassle for you to come back from LA to Arizona. Not fly across the country or nothing. From LA to Arizona. Girl, just don't come back to Arizona for 6 years. What? Girl, you should have kept that story to yourself. You about to get that judge fired. You about to get that judge fired. Because I don't know how you got that judge number. I don't know why you called that judge. But let's be clear. Something in the milk something in the milk ain't clean. That don't even make no sense what you just said. I'm with you back. That story don't even make no damn sense. Something in that story don't make no sense to me, y'all. And Judge Judy always say, if it don't make sense, it's probably not true. Listen, that is some white privilege shit. I know she Asian, but baby, that is some white woman Karen shit. If I ever heard it, oh my Lord. Y'all, that is some, y'all. Listen. And she said she was how old? She said she was 16 at the time. Girl. Anyway, girl, in more Real Housewives of news, we got the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, Jen Shah, the chateau that wasn't really her chateau, but it was owned by somebody else. It has been sold. Okay, it has been sold. The actual owner sold the house. Jen had already moved out. She moved out, I think, during the season or whatever, or after the season or before the season or whatever. Okay. They are done filming. Season 2 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is over. It is done. It is a wrap. They are done filming. I didn't even see no reunion looks. So I guess they haven't done the reunion yet. Well, actually, they don't usually do the reunion until the season starts airing. Now, I don't know where they're going to put Salt Lake City in the rotation. Little baby, do you know where they're going to put Salt Lake City in the rotation? Because I don't know where they're going to put the... Because we know that Potomac comes back in July. Atlanta, I think they said Atlanta has started filming or is getting ready to start filming. And Atlanta usually, before COVID, Atlanta usually started in the fall. Because I always remember Atlanta was on during the holidays because they always skipped the Sunday after Thanksgiving and the Sunday after Christmas because of the holidays. I know they've always, so we usually get the Real Housewives of Atlanta in the fall. So maybe we're going to get Salt Lake City in the fall because I don't even think Orange County has started filming yet. I don't think it has. So New York is on now. New Jersey just finished up. Now, New Jersey is going to film over the summer. So we won't get New Jersey till probably like January, February, because they're going to film over the summer. New York is already is on now. Dallas is done. I don't even think they've started filming for the next season for Dallas. Atlanta, like I said, I feel like I'm missing a franchise. The OC hasn't started filming. I'm thinking we might get in the fall. I'm thinking we might get Salt Lake City overlapping Atlanta. Maybe the tail end of Potomac and then overlap with Atlanta. I feel like it. I feel like that's what we're going to get with Salt Lake City. Now, allegedly, Jen Shaw got into a physical altercation with somebody on the cast. The rumor is that it was Lisa. Now, Lisa said it won't her, but somehow or another, Lisa's name was caught up in it, okay? Now, I don't know who, the what, the when, the where, the how, but let me say this. I feel like Jen Shaw, this is going to be her last season. And not just because of the criminal charges, because we know that Bravo don't have no problem filming around somebody going to jail, i.e. Teresa, okay? We know they don't have no problem with that if it's a moneymaker. But I just think it's just too much drama with her. Just the criminal charges along with her attitude. And if she's not getting along with nobody on the cast, I mean, Lisa was defending her throughout the whole reunion. And if that's who you got into a physical altercation with, now listen, I would have believed it if they had said Mary. You think it was Whitney Rose or Heather? Let me tell you something. I believe now Whitney Rose, I feel like will go there. Heather too. I feel like Whitney Rose and Heather will go there, honey. I don't see Lisa fighting unless you like literally back her into a corner. I don't really see Lisa fighting. That don't mean she can't or she won't. I'm just saying, out of all of them, she ain't the one that I would see fight. Ciao. But yeah, that's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Lisa looked like she could have been on Mob Wives if her life took a different turn. She's got the accent, but I don't know about the personality. She talk a lot of talk, but I feel like she would have got drugged across that floor by her ponytail by Drita. I'm just saying. She definitely got the accent. She got the Mob Wives, bravado, but I don't think it's real. I think it's just a lot of this. Don't sleep on Meredith. She was upset with Jen for talking about her son. Yeah, but Meredith ain't doing that. Child, Meredith a whole lot of bark. She ain't no bite. I don't believe she is. Yeah, I mean, if Jen Shaw leaves, they're gonna definitely have to find another firecracker. Because for as much as Jen irritated a lot of us, she was that person on the show. We know every reality show needs that person. She was that person. Extra over the top, starting shit, messy as hell. Like, she was that person. So if she does leave, they're gonna definitely have to tap into and find somebody else, honey. You said Lisa's a punk. Ooh. Hunty. Oh, I thought I heard her phone. Honey, she was the Nene of Salt Lake City without the quips. But she was the Nene without putting in the work. Now, Nene put in work over in Atlanta now. She put in work. I don't mind a firecracker. It's just the crackling needs to make sense and not look like it could be used as firewood. Well, yeah. Yeah, Jim was just extra for no damn reason. Not hard to shite these arithmetic. I'm not doing this with you. Anyway, y'all, listen. Y'all get over there to Avon. Somebody put in an order yesterday, and I thank you, whoever it was. I thank you for that order. But y'all get on over there to Avon. Lil Baby been dropping the link. Y'all gonna get on over there to Avon and put y'all in a good order. There's 80 people in the room. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I will much, much love it. Appreciate it. Hey, go on, hit that like button, child. It's free 99, girl. It's free 99. But I'm about to hop up off of here tonight. We gotta listen. I'm behind because I got on the phone last night and I got sidetracked. So I know I still owe y'all pose. Y'all gonna get posed tonight. I don't know if Lady Nika is in the bushes or not. And Abby, I knew it was something I had to tell Abby. Lady Nika has challenged us. And I said us. I'm putting Abby in it. Challenge us to do 3 retro reviews this week. So y'all will get 3 retro reviews this week. Now, I ain't going to tell you what show. Y'all know that I have Different World, Falcon Crest, and The Poor Wire, child. The Poor Wire. But y'all will get 3 retro reviews this week. Before Sunday, y'all will get 3 retro reviews. 90 Day Fiance, yes, I do. Oh, y'all 2 weeks of that, child. Oh, y'all 2 weeks of that. Where can you send me a topic suggestions? You can email it to me. Hold on. What's the email, y'all? ReallyBThePodcast@gmail.com, I believe is the podcast. Is it RB the podcast, y'all? Yeah, but you can email me topic suggestions there. And then there's the Avon. I know exactly where I am. I'm on season 3, episode 2. I know exactly where I left off on The Wire. I even think I watched that episode, which of course at this point I'd have to watch it again. Like I said, y'all gonna get 3 retros. I'm not gonna. I will commit to the 3 retros. I cannot commit to which ones because I just don't know. But you will get 3. I'm pretty certain you're gonna get a different world because I've already watched the next episode of A Different World. So I'm pretty certain one will be A Different World because I've already looked at the next episode and I can do that review. I try to get y'all to Wire. I just don't want to promise it. See, y'all, then if I don't do it, then y'all gonna be like, see, you said. So it'll just be a nice surprise. It'll be a nice surprise. Surprise. And that is the Avon link. I think Lil Baby been dropping it, but there it is again. It's in the description of the videos. RB and P are capitalized. Thank you. Okay, am I George Bush Sr.? What? What do I mean? I don't get the joke. That one went over my head, Lil Baby. Sorry. That one went over my head, baby. All right, y'all. Let me get ready to get off of here. Thank y'all for being here, though. I do appreciate y'all. I have a good time. And tomorrow is Thursday. I feel like I may not be here tomorrow, y'all, because I think I have something to do after work. I think me and some coworkers are doing something after work tomorrow. So I do not think I will be here tomorrow. So, but I'll see y'all Friday. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.